Hello, everybody. I'm Amy,
And I'm Roo,
and this
and
is
this is Pillow Fort.
Pillow Fort.
I really,
We nailed it. We did
I
it.
really gotta figure out. I gotta figure out when you're gonna say it.
You told me to take some pauses, so this time I took a pause.
Well, I said that when this wasn't working. So
One thing you should know about me is if you tell me to do something, I'm going to do it immediately and forever. It's a problem.
sorry, I was. This is what I get for listening to NPR podcasts.
Welcome to Pillow Fort.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Oh, I love
I'm
NPR
Ira
podcasts.
Glass.
And today we're going to be talking about
Crime.
pillows.
Oh.
Crime pillows. Crime pillows. Hey everybody, welcome to Pillow Fort. As we said, I am Amy and that is Rue. And we here at Pillow Fort, we are under pillow forts because they're cozy and they're fun. And we have a little gab sesh. And what do we do on this show, Rue? Can you tell everybody if they haven't heard us before, what do we do here?
Yeah, so Amy and I will bring up one topic, and we have not told each other this topic. It's completely
Mm-mm.
top secret to each other, even if that means that one of us has not prepared accordingly and comes up with it on the fly. But we each bring up one topic, and then we talk about it.
It's kind of nice not having to prepare. If there's one thing about us, we love to prepare and not prepare at all.
Yeah, it's you might not understand it, but it makes perfect sense in our brains.
Right? Everything has to be perfect, and we have to always over prepare. But sometimes we don't want to prepare ever. So that's just who we are, and that's why we're
And that,
here.
my friends, is called burnout.
That's two, and that, my friends, is ADHD and mental illness.
Yeah. All right, well, enough of that because we could go on for hours on ADHD. What is your topic, Amy?
ADHD and it's hard. Well, one thing I want to say too, it can be hard to not tell you the topic. Like if I'm having a topic I want to talk to you about before the show, sometimes it's hard because I want to call you or text you and tell you this topic, but I'm gonna save it for the podcast. So I don't know how I'm gonna work through that. I guess I
I mean,
guess,
sometimes you just have to have a conversation. So
but then it's not gonna be. You're right. Friendship first,
we
podcast
can't
last.
commodify our entire lives, Amy.
But we already are. What else am I gonna do? That's
Yeah,
one thing.
that's the problem.
You're right. No commodification. All right, I'm gonna stop recording and then we're just gonna talk about this. No, off it. No, we're not gonna do.
What? You're gonna stop the what?
We're not gonna commodify it. If it's special, we're not gonna. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not stopping it. Little joke.
Oh, okay. Because for those of you that don't know, every time Amy stops the recording, we end up having to like reset everything up again. And so that's where I was coming from on that.
And just so everybody knows, is that we're all learning here. We're all learning and sharing. First time podcasting creators, not first time podcast guests, because you've been on some good podcasts. You've been on a lot of good podcasts. What podcast were you on that long time with the work one? That was a good one.
Oh, Should You Quit Your Job by Jake Clark and Nick Giasulo. That's a really fun podcast to be a part of. I was very happy to be a part of that one. It
That
was
was
some real
fun.
conversation that I don't get from actual comedians sometimes.
Yeah, that was good. And they're doing a good job. I love their stuff. I know. Being on podcasts is fun. Oh, we got to have a guest soon, too. We have to talk about that, too. I'm excited to have. We'll have guests on this podcast sometimes, too, to come talk with us. I don't know who our first one's going to be, but I'm excited about it.
It'll be one of our friends.
Yes, one of our hilarious, talented. Oh, we have so many funny friends. I don't know who's going to want to do it, but somebody will.
My
I'm
cat.
excited. Oh, yeah. Will he speak on cue? Will Felipe speak on cue for you?
Actually, he would for like a little bit. I could like bring him in at some point and we could try it out.
Into it. All right. Well, I am ready. Our first topic. Okay, you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, my topic today is time travel. Wee.
Ooh. Ooh.
So, time travel is something that I think about every day of my life since I was about 6 years old. For those of you that don't know, Rue and I also had a show called Time Capsule where we did time travel and did improv games, and Rue made the most beautiful hats.
They're tinfoil hats.
It was so good because like she made a swan, and then you made little pointy ones. We were in the bathroom. She made everybody these hats, and they were just They were so good.
They
That was
got
awesome.
really hot under the lights of the stage though, so at the end of it our brains literally got cooked.
It was hot. I never realized that. Yeah, because all the heat comes out of your head. It was like a baked potato. It was hot. It was so hot. And then we had our blazers on too. And you had a turtleneck on. Did you have a turtleneck on too?
Probably, yeah, that turtleneck comes in handy when I'm trying to do a Steve Jobs moment.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, with the tinfoil hat. So time travel. So first off, when I first started school, I wanted to be able to pause time. Like I remember like fantasizing in class. Like I was so tired that I wanted to like be able to pause time so I could take a nap and not miss anything. So I would love to be able to pause time. And then I would love to be able to go back in time because I would change almost every decision that I've made in my life.
What? This is so sad. I thought it would be more fun than that. But I'm really glad you brought this up as a topic because I got a lot to say about time as somebody who minored in physics.
I know, and I was
Woohoo.
excited to hear how you feel about time travel and what you know about it, and can we do it?
Well, okay, in terms of can we do it, I guess you could kind of you can't travel back into the past. You could only go into the future, I think, which doesn't really help.
Oh.
Theoretically, no one has done it yet. However,
Mhm.
there is like such a thing called time dilation, and folks on the pod that have physics experience, please take everything I say with a grain of salt because it has been a while. I haven't really brought up my research, but
Mhm.
um, I guess like time progresses slower when you're up in space.
Mhm.
And because of that, like when if an astronaut goes out far enough and they come down, like their body isn't aging the same way as
Mhm.
everyone is on Earth. So like their cells and their body is this it's um like it's younger than if they had like a twin basically.
Mhm. Mhm.
The twin would like feel older. I don't know, look older. I don't know.
How
But I
far
guess
would they need to go though? Like how far like would they have to go for it to change their time?
like hold on, let me see if I get a little Wikipedia thing.
Like if I jump, does that make me younger than you?
I mean, technically, like it's basically like the reason why it comes up is because like anything in physics is based out of your frame of reference.
Mhm.
So, because of that, there's the idea that time is relative. Which what does that mean, Einstein? It means that like from the frame of reference of you here on Earth, uh, like time is just traveling differently up in space. And so if you were to
Mhm.
compare the difference between someone down here on Earth to like someone who has been circulating throughout space for a while, there's a different there's a difference in how each person has experienced time.
Mhm. I think celebrities are up in space doing that, and that's how they're staying so young.
I mean, they, yeah. I mean, that's probably why Elon Musk probably did think about this as a concept because time dilation is something that they teach at like a physics 1 class. So Elon Musk probably did hear about this at some point and he was like, "Wait a minute. I got money from those emerald mines that my parents had during
Mhm.
South African apartheid.
Yep.
Let me use it for something
Yep.
else that we could mine." And that is
and
aging.
and our tax dollars. And I feel like any because like I don't, in the 90s the celebrities were everywhere, and now they're nowhere, and I feel like they are in space. I feel like they're already on Mars, and then I feel like they come back for like the show, like the Oscars and stuff, and then they come back younger and they say it's plastic surgery or filler, but their plastic surgery and filler looks way better than anybody I see's plastic surgery and fill. I feel like that's where all of our tax dollars are going.
It's so interesting that you say that without a tinfoil hat on.
I'm only a couple of steps away from being a boomer, so
I know. I'm gonna, I'm gonna, I'm gonna like I don't know. At some point, further down the line, I'm gonna have to like take you to like a hospice or something, and you're gonna be talking about like satellite dishes.
And then everyone's gonna find out that I was right and that I was a prophecy, and they're like, we should have listened to her. All of our dollars were going to that Mars. There's a Mars rover. They're building, I think, a train on Mars. Like, why do they need a train on Mars? I don't have a
Dude, we
train
don't
to
even
your
have
house.
trains
I don't have a
here.
train to. I can't take a train to your house, and they
You're
have a
gonna
train
tell
on Mars.
you're gonna tell me that Mars is more well connected than freaking Florida?
Right. Yep. You're gonna make better time to your day job on Mars than you are from me to Maitland. It's from Deltona to Maitland. It
Where do
makes
you
me
even
mad.
travel by train on Mars? Like
Well, you gotta ask
one
you gotta
crater
ask the
to another?
celebrities. It's gotta be in the
You
celebrities.
think the celebrities just hanging out on Mars right now?
Yes, I sure
Just
do.
getting like actually the reason why your like Botox injections don't look as good as theirs is because some Martians doing them.
Exact, and because of your whole time dilation thing, they're probably aging different. They would age different on Mars, wouldn't they? Would you age differently on a different planet?
Yeah, and probably like the whole weight thing would have something to do with it because it's all based off of gravity.
Oh. See, you're Oppenheimer. Look at you. You're so smart.
No, I'm not. Like I can't believe you compared me to someone that has been to an Ivy League school and made huge advancements in technology to only see it be destroyed in other people's hands.
Oh,
Uh, I
poor
loved that
Oppenheimer.
movie.
It was
That
so
was a really good
good.
movie.
Oh, we gotta do that for another topic. I'm gonna write it down because
All
I
right,
want to
all
talk
right,
about it all the time. It was so. I'm not gonna say anything about it. I loved it so
all
much.
right, all right, all right. Well,
Where
Amy,
would you
like if
go?
you were, yeah, that's what I was gonna ask you. Like, where would you travel back in time if
2001. I would travel back to 2001. And but the thing is, if I traveled back in time, I would want to be that age. So I wouldn't want to travel back in time and be this age. I would want to be 42. So I want to be able to. I guess it wouldn't be a travel. It'd be like what would it be? Would it be? How could you be your same age at that time? What would you call it?
Well, I mean, this is a theoretical thing, so you could turn back and you like in this reality, I will say that you can age down if you need to.
Okay, great.
You can choose
Um,
what age you want to be.
like everything everywhere all at once. That was good too. Oh, I love that movie so much. I
That was
cried.
really good.
We saw it, and Ava liked it. Alex liked it too. I would travel back to 2001, and I would not go to college. I wouldn't go to college. I wouldn't spend time or money on college. I would have been a real estate agent, and I would have made money and then bought all my friends' houses and like started a nonprofit, started comedy, started improv, and I want to do a one woman show now where I travel back in 2001 and I do a whole set based on 2001 jokes and topics. So that's what I would do.
You could totally do a whole set on 2001 jokes and topics and just name it Y2K.
Yes. Oh, see. Yep, I know. I want to do it. And I
It's
have
it's
them
like what
all.
life is like in a reality where Y2K happens, which it actually did. A bunch of computer scientists um they like a bunch of computer scientists were like working overtime that day just to make sure that like all the computer systems weren't messed up.
It
It's
was
like
wild. They were all wild. Like they were all working. It was on the news. Like everybody made sure that like yeah, all the zeros were correct. Like it was everybody thought the world was going to end for like years, but everybody was so scared. It was weird. It was a wild time.
I would have hated that day at work. I'd be like, "Are you fucking serious? I want to just go home and watch some TV."
Well, it was New Year's Eve, so I guess people weren't, but they would have had to been working. I think they were still working. I don't
Yeah,
know. I
dude,
watched
I'd be so upset if it was New Year's Eve and I had to work Y2K.
bullshit. Such bullshit. So what about you? If you could time travel anywhere, where would you time travel to?
It's so hard to say because I feel like going back in time would expose me to a lot of misogyny and
Mm,
a lot of maybe depending on where I am on earth racism.
yeah.
So, I really can't complain about this point in time. However, from a truly romanticizing lens, I probably would go back to like 1960s
Mm.
India, 1960s, 1970s India.
Mm-hmm.
But like as a richer person, like as someone who has like a college education at that time,
Mm-hmm.
because that makes a huge difference.
Mm-hmm. And why that time? What about that time's romantic?
I just think that like one, I love like 70s fashion. Actually, I don't even have to be in India. I'm like on it. What am I? I'm a red-blooded American. But the reason why the reason why I do say that is I just feel like there was a point in time where like just being Indian in this country or like just yeah, just being Indian has evolved so much where and like I'm Muslim Indian too, so it has like evolved so much in the sense that like there was a point in America where like it wasn't given a second thought. You were just there, and then
Mm-hmm.
like you were like a lot of like in the 70s, lots of Indian influence in the music and the art. Like
Yep.
the Beatles went to India, yogis and stuff like that happened. We gave people in America the weapons to have a cult now.
Yeah. Thank you for
But
that. You
then
know I love a cult.
yeah, yeah. I think we've talked about the cult thing. Maybe not here, but
Oh, have we not? Because I'm putting it down as a topic too, because it's a big.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. You love cults. But
I
yeah,
like
there's
organic food. Got some organic food. Everybody's working together. As long as there's no poisoning or weird sex stuff, it's always got a good idea behind
and
it.
like the yeah, it always starts off with the oils and somehow gets into something weird. I don't know what happens
It's
there.
always some dude wanting power and sex. Like it's if it was maybe if it was all women.
I don't know, dude. There's that lesbian girl boss thing that would happen too.
Yeah.
What if you have
Ooh,
like a
have you
gone
seen
girl
that
type of
one?
woman?
The Gone. I haven't seen Gone Girl. I've never
Oh,
seen
you
it.
have to watch it. Report
Is it
back.
about cults? It's about cults.
No, it's not about cults, but it's basically about like a woman that's just gaslighted a man, but you just have to watch it. It's like truly like girl psychotic behavior.
All right, I'll put it
Ben
on the list
Affleck's in
too.
it.
I have mixed. Ben Affleck's got to be a topic too. Man, we're getting so many
So much
topics.
here. But back to 1970s India or just
1970s or
1970s.
60s? 65, right? You said
Yeah, we
1965?
could do 65,
Right
65.
in the middle.
I just think the fashion is so awesome at that time. I think I could like maybe I wouldn't be able to have a bank account. Sure, but I feel like I could finesse my way into some rich man's pocket if
Yeah.
I play the cards right.
Hmm.
Um and then be in charge of all the finances. But yeah, it's just like the fashion. I feel like people were liberated back a little bit back then too, like in
Hmm.
similar way that we are now. Um, and it's just like interesting about like Indians in history where like we were appreciated, and then 9/11 happened. So that was not great. Imagine being in middle school in a post 9/11 world.
Wow. Like immediately, people treated you differently.
Yeah, there was like, I was talking to a friend about this actually, and there was just like so much overt, scary racism. Like, my parents' car would get egged routinely.
Wow.
I had a neighbor whose like windows would get bashed in and stuff. It was like nuts. But then somewhere like after I graduated in college, it's it's not at like it's still there in maybe some parts of the world, but it definitely feels more open. And all of a sudden, like my peers and stuff use like Muslim words like inshallah and mashallah, and I just think that's interesting. But
Hmm.
that's all I have to say. Uh, but
It's
yeah,
interesting.
70s, 65 maybe. Fashion, music,
Hmm. Yeah.
liberation.
Free love, free sex, all
I
that.
feel like it's like this basically the same as it is now, right? Because then you have all these Republicans. Okay, I'm not gonna make it political, but you have all these like
Yeah.
conservative people.
It was
Uh,
different. Well, those conservative people were the hippies, which is so annoying because the boomers were the ones that had those like revelations, right? And they got to experience free love and all that kind of stuff. But then the AIDS came, really, and AIDS kind of stopped the free love. And then Reagan came and Reagan ruined everything for everybody. And
he traced
then
everything back to
that's
Reagan.
it's all Reagan. It's Reagan, and then it would get a little bit better. You know, Clinton wasn't perfect, but there was like progressive, stuff. And then, man, when Bush was around, so it was like we'd make 2 steps forward, 10 steps back, 2 steps forward, 20 steps back, right? And it's just like, yeah, that would be a fun time. And the music was cool, the events were cool, and people were still like excited about change and like looking for change. And now I think it's just like people are. I think it's a Marie Antoinette times. I think that's where we're at now. think there'll be a
Uh-oh. Bring
revolution.
out the guillotine.
I
I
think there's
respect
gotta be.
I respect the French for their commitment to protest. But I do still want to
Mhm.
go to Paris to make enemies.
The make against the French. You don't like the French?
I just think they would respect me more in Paris if I didn't go in with the wanting to be friends angle, you know?
Yeah, yeah, you can't try too hard there. You can't try. And I've heard that racism is different there. It's not as bad as it is here. But I don't know. I couldn't. I just heard
I
about
don't
that
know.
on
We could save
NPR.
that topic for another time, I guess, because we
Yes.
spent like 20 minutes on that.
Well, I'll cut. So I can cut it up too. All right, let's get to your topic. What you got?
Oh man, I was gonna bring something else up, but what I'm gonna bring up now because of all this time stuff is Bridgerton season 3 or something is coming out, and I am so excited about it. I
Mm-hmm.
was not big on Bridgerton. I was like anti watching Bridgerton because I don't know what's wrong with me. And then
Mm-hmm.
one day I got out of a relationship and was feeling very Jane Austen,
Love it.
and like binged Bridgerton like crazy. And I don't
Mm-hmm.
know. I just love it. I love to see like this old timey, old fashioned stuff happening, and
Mm-hmm.
like the idea of courting somebody is very interesting because at least like I don't know, is this like a ADHD? There's like rules around romance.
Yeah, around communication, absolutely. Like there
Yeah.
is a way to understand how to communicate with somebody in a real uh organized way and you know the outcome. Absolutely. That's a total neurodivergent thing to want to have.
Like, not a fan of how like the men have more agency in those situations, which is what fuels all the drama in Bridgerton. And
Mhm.
maybe like the class differences. But I don't know, I like the idea of a calling card and like you have to have your name on like or like the dance card or whatever. Like you have to have your name in
Mm.
order to waltz with me, and then after we waltz, then you could show up at my house with like everyone, you know?
Mhm. We all love a roster. We love a roster. But I mean,
Guess
it's
I guess
true.
that's probably where it comes from.
Yeah, yeah, or having your dance card, and there is something about like polite society, right? Like in a polite society in any area, to be able to understand what is expected of you and what's expected of the other person. That's kind of nice. We don't have anything like that now. There's no rules now, which is kind of cool because you don't have to worry about it. But at the same time, no rules is kind of wild as well, you know?
Yeah, like I don't know. I just feel like uh while I think like a lot of like mannerisms or like minding your manners is so rooted in like these arcane things, but like at the same time, now there was like no rules around everything. Especially because I don't know like when to hug people. I don't know what
Mm.
relationship we have. Are we in a hugging
Mm-hmm.
time? Because for me, like personally, it takes a long time to initiate a hug. But like I'm trying to figure out where someone else's hugging gauge is, and it's different for everyone.
Yeah, especially after COVID. And like I've overhugged too many times. Now I underhug because I've had people tell me like, "Ugh," or you know what I mean? And so I never want to go over or not respect someone's boundaries. And so and yeah, older times there everybody knew what to do. Like, there used to be cotillions which I never went to, but they would teach you how to have manners. Like my rich friends would go to that here, and they all knew like what to do at the dinner table. They all knew like how to make polite conversation. Like I don't know, there's something about teaching. I don't want to go back to like racist times where like classism. I don't like that, or like where men are better than women or viewed better than women. But I do like the idea of teaching everybody some kind of code to be nice. I don't know, polite, like to know hey, if a person needs this, maybe you should ask them this, But there's
Yeah,
nothing like
maybe it
that
just
now.
kind of goes back to like respecting boundaries.
Right. Maybe that's it. Maybe nobody respects anybody's boundaries now.
Yeah.
And that's the problem.
We're all just like not socialized
Yeah.
properly. Especially, it's interesting you bring up COVID because especially after COVID, like no one
Yeah.
shows up on time to anything. You can't like start a show at 7:30 when you say 7:30. You actually have to start at freaking 7:45 because no one shows up until like 5 minutes later. And it's like, dude, it's
Mm-mm.
7:30 on the showtime. I'm working with a theater. They're charging me by the hour, baby. Like,
I
let's
know.
go.
That's also a Florida thing though. Like that's Florida. Like that's always been like that here. Like even like when I was in high school and stuff, people would do that. You'd have to build in like an hour and a half window for stuff. And like in Florida, people don't go out. Like when we were going out, they didn't go. They don't go out till 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. It's just like a late. I don't know if it's like island time type of thing because we're at the South, but it drives me crazy because I like to be 20 minutes early. And if you're on time, you're late. You're just you need to be on time. You need to be
It
15 minutes
could
early.
not last a day in an Indian household. Like everything else is on time, at least up in the north where I grew up. But like
Yeah.
in an Indian household, holy crap. One time I went to a wedding and I felt so bad for this person's like white coworkers that were there at the wedding because like the invite said 7 o'clock, but the bride and groom didn't walk in until 11 p.m.
Oh my God. What'd you do the whole time?
Well, I mean, there was appetizers, so I was eating, but like,
7, 8, 8 to 9, 9 to 10. 5 hours of appetizers?
well, and it was like really old family friends, so we got to like talk to them. But the white coworkers, they ended up leaving, I guess, before the bride and groom came out because one of them had an infant with them, and so
Yeah.
I
What are you,
just think
Madonna? Madonna does that. Madonna makes her people wait 5 hours for her. I would die.
Madonna is a whole different thing. I feel like we got to
Topic.
talk
Another
about
topic.
Madonna
We
at
got another
some
topic
point
for Madonna.
because
We need to
because
get a little
man, she's
sound.
going nuts. There's like something that happened in Tampa or whatever, but
Oh, we're gonna have to talk about it. We need a little sound every time we get out a topic. We're gonna have to like have a little sound. Like,
like a little zing.
yeah, little topic. Little
Wait,
topic
don't you have
time.
a keyboard on you?
Yeah, I gotta. It's not plugged in though. I didn't think
Ugh,
about it. Sorry, I wasn't
darn.
prepared today. So Bridgerton. What else? Anything else about Bridgerton?
Okay, so kind of Bridgerton-esque. I recently watched a show called The Gentleman, which
Ooh.
is takes place in the now times, like right now here in
Mhm.
but like in England because that's where
Mhm.
people exist. So basically, it's the same kind of people, right? People who are in like a high class society, except that
Mhm.
a couple of generations down. So they have all of this property, but they're basically like asset rich, cash poor.
Mhm.
Um and one of these people like their father died and something interesting happened where the property and everything's did not go to the firstborn son. In his will he wrote it into
Mm.
the secondborn son,
Mhm.
which was interesting. But the more interesting part of this, and if you don't want me to spoil this, but it happens like in literally the first episode, so I'm going to spoil it anyway,
Mhm.
um, is the interesting thing is like because they're asset rich and cash poor, and in the UK weed is illegal.
I didn't know that.
So this guy dies and the heir turns out that like he learns that like the way they've been making their money
Mhm.
is by renting out a piece of their land so
Mhm.
that they could grow their cannabis because they have so many acres, and who's going to check like aristocracy?
Mhm. Mhm. How far have you gotten? Did you binge it?
Oh, I binged it. It was
That's
really
good.
good.
Sounds good. I'll watch that. I like that.
Oh yeah, and oh, you're a big White Lotus fan.
Oh, I love it.
It has the guy from season 2 of White Lotus, the cheater dude.
Cheater dude.
Well, not the cheater dude, but like
Oh, I love him. Yes, he's British, isn't he? I think in real life.
yeah, like the really hot one, not the one with Aubrey Plaza, but the one with the
Yeah,
blonde girl.
the one with the blonde one. He did such a good job in White Lotus. So that's good. What's it on? Is it on Apple TV?
It's on Netflix.
On Netflix, I'll watch it. Now I love those two. I love The Crown. I love anything like with that kind of classy stuff too, to take you somewhere else that isn't Florida.
Yeah, you know what it is? I think it's just like the problems that they have is just so not my problems.
Hmm. And they don't
That
matter.
like
Yeah, like the Jane Austen problems. Like, oh, I have too many dates. Oh, I have too many
yeah, like
suitors.
what will I do?
Oh, what did I
Mr.
do?
Darcy.
Mr. Darcy. Mr. Darcy was a super dick. She shouldn't have went with him at the. Oh, I don't want to spoil it. I don't know if everyone has seen Pride and Prejudice. I don't want to.
I feel like you can spoil 100-year-old.
Nope. Too soon. Can't spoil
You know,
it.
the first time I read Pride and Prejudice was probably like in because I was a big reader in like the fourth grade. Before I got into like the age where it was mandatory for you to read books for class.
Right.
But I read like Pride and Prejudice like super young.
In fourth
However,
grade, you read it's like this big. It's huge.
well, here's the thing: is like I don't think I fully comprehended what I
Yeah.
wrote, what I
Mhm.
read, because like I think that's you have to be at a certain level of experiencing life to be able to understand what
Right.
actually is happening. I was just like, "Ooh, this is so cool!" It's like in the past, and there's like flowers and stuff. And then my English teacher tried asking me a question about it. I'm like, honestly, I don't remember anything about this.
Nothing. I did that with Jane Eyre. Like I had a big Jane Eyre book when I was in elementary school, and I kept on trying to read it. And I only got to like the first couple of chapters, and they were always sad, like they were about abuse, and I could never get to it. It was really sad. Was Jane Eyre? No, it was Pride and Prejudice. Wasn't Clueless based on Pride and Prejudice, or is it some? I think it was.
I don't
Have you
know. That'd
have you
be
seen
interesting.
Clueless?
I've seen Clueless. It'd be interesting because I'm trying to think about the story in Clueless. Who would Mr. Darcy be in Clueless? Paul Rudd? That's a
Paul
brother,
Rudd,
right?
the brother. What was? I'll have to look it up. Clueless was based on something from Jane Austen. I'll have to look and see what it was. And I've seen the other movie. I never did read Pride and Prejudice. I just seen the. I just seen it. I just seen that movie about
I mean,
it.
Keira Knightley does a great job at it, you
I
know?
like Keira Knightley. She's in like every single period piece, and I love it. I'm always there for.
She
I'm
just
like,
got that period piece face.
get those teeth. She's got thought like that. Like, can't eat enough. They didn't have a lot of food. Even the rich people. Well, the rich people had food, but
I
she
mean,
was
she
all.
was in one non Jane Austen thing. She was in what's that soccer movie that takes place in the UK?
You are asking the wrong person on that one. I
Hold
have no
on.
idea.
You know, I felt very represented by this movie.
Oh, Bend It with Beckham?
Yeah.
I haven't seen it, but now I gotta see it. That's fun.
It was the only like there was a time where the UK had a really big spread of just having like UK Indian content, right? Like and it was like the
Mm-hmm.
early 2000s that's like when Bend It with Beckham came out. Um
Mm-hmm.
so it was just like I remember seeing that and I was like, "Ooh, I feel represented, but it's so scandalous
Oh.
cuz she likes a white man."
Oh, is that the whole premise of the because I don't even know the premise of the movie. There.
I don't remember. I mean, she does end up really liking this white dude. I don't know if that was the main problem in the movie. I think
Yeah.
she was just really good at soccer. But um, yeah, I just remember. How do we get here? Keira Knightley. Keira Knightley was in it. I thought, you know what? I thought that the main girl and Keira Knightley were going to be lesbian lovers because that's how Keira Knightley looked throughout that entire movie, and it didn't happen. So
Aw, they should redo it.
yeah, redo it where she falls in love with Keira Knightley instead.
Be much more topical. Um, Back to Bridgerton. Anything else about Bridgerton? I tried to watch Bridgerton. I watched the first couple. Watched like three of them. Here's the issue for me with Bridgerton. Shonda Rhimes. I watched religiously like Grey's Anatomy and Scandal for many many years, and her writing for me started to get too much the same. It was like kind of like scandalous, and then it was just too much, so I stopped watching a lot of her stuff. And then as soon as I watched Bridgerton, the writing was exactly the same, and I couldn't get out of it. So, but I'll try again now that I know that you really like it, because I do love a period piece, especially those times. Like if they got wigs on or
Oh, I
something,
will
I'm gonna
say
love it.
it's a little fluffy, so I could see why if you've seen a lot of other because I haven't seen a lot of other Shonda Rhimes things, but I could totally see why if like you just wouldn't be see like the reason why I like it is because I don't have a husband, Amy.
That's all it is. I'm just a
And
married
it's
lady
like
that
it's
can't
quite
relate.
literally one of the horniest things I've ever seen.
That's so funny. I don't watch a whole lot of horny things if I'm honest. I don't remember the last time. Maybe there was an Apple TV. I
I mean, it was
watched.
probably White Lotus for you. Like
Oh
season
my
2 was
gosh,
horny.
it was there. Oh my gosh, there was. Oh, we gotta put it on. We got a topic. Got a topic. White
They're
Lotus.
making another White Lotus. I'm really excited for that
I
too.
cannot wait. Such a weird, fun show. But no, I love.
Yeah,
But
it's
I
another show
love.
with rich people problems.
I know. I love it. I really do. I know I shouldn't care, but I end up. There's another one on Apple TV right now called it's got Kristen Wiig in it, and it's Rich People Problems too. Ah, crap. I can't remember what it's called. It's like the number one, and it's in the '60s, and it's a bunch of rich people in the '60s, so you might really like it.
Oh, I
Oh,
love it. I love watching the colorful things.
yeah, Palm Royale. That's what it's called. And Kristen Wiig is not very rich, and she's trying to get into rich society, and it's great. It's funny. It's really beautifully done. The colors are amazing. It's very nice.
Yeah, I guess a common theme in all of these things is I would like a way to insert myself into rich society. Because personally, if I had that money, I would make it slay, okay?
Okay. Me too. And then so we time travel, and then we slay. We time travel to Bridgerton times, and
No,
then
I
we
don't think I
time.
would slay there. I think I personally
Yeah,
think I would slay if I just move forward a little bit into the future where I end up gaining more money. You know, actually, I would time travel back to like my family and try to convince them
yeah,
to either stay in India because the Indians have really like their economy has boomed and now I'm like paying money for like health insurance and they're all fine.
right.
Uh or yeah, or I would go back and like apparently we had land like I feel if you ask any South Asian person that's in America about this, you'd be like, "Well, our family had land." And it's like literally the most barren land. But I guess like my grandmother, she told me that they used to have like a nicotine farm, but they
Oh,
fumbled it. I don't know how. So I would go back in time and be like, "Hey, stop this." I would
oh my
send my brother
gosh.
to do it because they wouldn't talk to me. But
Though, yeah, you would have no voice. It's so funny. My family had land in West Virginia. I wonder if it was the same time your family had land. We should do a whole like travel back in time of what our families were, because my family had land and they had gas on their land, like oil, not oil, but they had a gas well on their land. So I'd be rich if I went back in time too. Look at us.
And that's precisely exactly when the generational trauma starts. This is why
Good.
I can't have a Bridgerton life.
Because the generational trauma.
Yeah.
Jerks. Well, I think we covered all the topics. Anything else we want to talk about before we go today, Rue?
I think you can hug me whenever you want because
Oh.
I think our relationship is there at that point. Yeah, here.
Oh, that's good, Can I? No, I feel like I've tried to hug you before, and you're like, no.
No, I feel protected by you
Oh,
now.
I've earned it now. Okay, that's true.
Yeah, you probably asked me too early in the relationship, and I was like, I don't know
I
anymore.
think I did. I think the first time. Oh, we have to put out a topic. The first time I met you. I think the first time I met you. No, that wasn't a hug. The second time I met you, I think I did try to hug you, and I think it got weird. So we'll talk about that when we get to it.
I really don't know what I did, but like I
At the
apologize.
brewery at Niffer's show out there.
Oh
I don't know
yeah.
if I tried to. I might have tried to hug you at that one,
You probably
but
did
I
try to hug me, and it probably was weird.
and I think also I just remember that day like, hey, guess what, guys? I have like this little black box theater. It's gonna be so cool, and it was Silly Geese. It was you doing Silly
Oh
Geese.
my god,
I
throwback.
know. Look at that. Oh my God. Okay. All right. See, we're time traveling right now. So this has been wonderful. Thank you for hanging out with me in the pillow fort, Rue.
Thank you for hanging out with me in the pillow for Amy.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.